Howdy, folks. I hope you're well. Welcome to all the happy, positive, great people out there. So, new time slot, 8 o'clock every Monday. This will be the new. This will be the new time, and it's every Monday. No Thursday show now. Every Monday. And the show's going to be between an hour, hour and a half, however long it takes, and it's going to be on a Monday, 8 o'clock. So that's the new slot. So let's get straight into it. Just 1 second. So let's deal with get some results going first. 1 second. So, let me get my results screen up. Not that. Why is that not working? Ease. It's been a day today. It's been a day, and it's continuing to be a day. Right, 1 second, guys. I am nearly there. That should have come up on its own. There we go. So let's get some results first, and then we'll check in who's watching this great show. Thank you for everybody that's tuned in. So the first right, so we got some results. So congratulations to Sean Hunt and family taking the top 4 this weekend, and I mentioned to Derek Tierney 5 and 6, B Salford, Stafford and Sons, Derek Tierney coming in at 8th again, Mr. and Mrs. A B Pellin and Son taking 9 to 12, and 14-17. Well done to you guys. A special mention. This is a Polish race. Krzysztof Skakowski over there, pronouncing the name wrong. Apologies, but Krzysztof took the top 10 and then 14-20 and then 28 to 7. And over at the Castletown race, 13 members sent 200 birds. I don't know what club that is, but it's definitely an Irish club. And congratulations to Frank McEnroe, who took the number 1 spot, Stuart Maloney, who took 2nd, JBM Russell 3rd, D&T Tesmond and family taking 4th and 5th over there. Next, we've got Herbie Thorpe and his partner, who took the top spot. Herbie Thorpe taking 2nd, 3rd. They basically took the top 10 spots in the Trim Racing Club. Again, from Castletown. Well done to you, Herbie. Great flying. Derek Walsh had a stormer of a result. 3 members sent 58 birds, and Derek took the top 17 spots. Well done to you there. Stubbs Brothers, flying from Billericay, 5 members sent 200 birds, 124 were clocked. They took the top 2 spots, and Greg Marshall took 3rd spot, Stubbs Brothers 4th, and G Marshall again 5th and 6th. Well done to you, dominating the top 20 results there. This one is really hard for me to read, but well done to the winner of the Portland Youngbird, the Northwest Grand National Flying Club. Well done to you. P. Hughes over at Balbriggan Invitational Club with a velocity of 1297, flying 227 miles. Well done to you for taking top spot there. Esteran taking 2nd as well. And then a mention to... a special mention, really, because this was an amazing result for John Crean, Team Hoyman's UK in Salford. He took, he won the Midlands National Youngbird race from Keraton. Well done to you. Little Bear is the bird's name now. 201 members sent 1,947 birds. So well done to you, to Crean and O'Connor. Special mention there because it was an amazing result. So that's the results for this week. We've got the results there. Let's say hello to who's watching in a minute. I'm just going to sort out my screen a little bit better. You'll have to apologize. I have to apologize in advance, folks. I'm not as organized as I should be tonight, for which I will explain in a little while why that is, for those of you who don't know. Just give me a second. Right, so we're getting there now. Apologies, folks. This is a job I should have done prior. Okay, we are there. So the next thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about a stolen bird alert. And again, I should be prepared with all the ring numbers, but I'm not. So just give me a second. I did. So somebody had some birds stolen yesterday, overnight yesterday. And I want to do a mention about these birds that were stolen. Apologies again. So I'm going to... I'm going to put a list of birds that were stolen in a chat group. Apologies, guys. It's guys and girls, of course. When I say guys, I'm using the Americanism. I am discriminatory in any way. Right, so I'm going to put a list. I want everybody to look out for these birds. So these birds were stolen. So the following ring numbers were stolen that I've just put in the chat. GB16Z 42525, GB15D 47935, GB15D 47983, GB15D 47951, GB76756 Belgium 176027078, GB15E 41970, GB17 V67579. They were taken from Simon Lee Hall between 12 midnight and 6 a.m. last night on the 15th. They were mainly Lambrechts with orange markers. On the Belgium was a Joachim van, has salt with yellow markings. I'm waiting for from Simon about this. But yeah, they were stolen on the 15th between midnight and 6 o'clock, and some horrible person has gone and stolen them. Now, these birds were stolen from the Gainsborough area in Lincolnshire. So please keep an eye out for them, and just keep an idea of the ring numbers. That list hasn't gone out very well, has it? On the list there. Yes. 1 second. I'm going to redo that list so it's dead easy to for people to read properly. So please keep an eye out for these birds. The man in question, as I said, flies around the area. That's hopefully a list that's in a better format. I'm going to be putting it out as a stolen bird alert on Racing Pigeon International later when I get time. But as I say, please keep an eye out for that. It is a long shot. It is a long shot, but let's hope that somebody sees them and gets offered them. So next, let's say hello to some nice people that are watching. Let's scroll back. Hello to Stuart Reed, Jim Smith, Amanda Wallace, Timmy Simper, Steve Morga, Jonathan Nolan, Michael Willis, Lee Sullivan, Pompey Plunkett, Jean-Marcel Lancombe, Ivan Parks, Andy Pereira, Stephen Kennedy, Stuart Maloney, Peter Curran. Good evening to you, Stephen Kennedy, Dave Beresford, William Dean, Scott Barron, Liam Watmore, Jason Cheeseman, Stuart Reed, Anthony Bracken, Andy Pereira, Dan Bradley. Andy is watching. Stephen Morgan, Bill Boxton, and lots more. I'll come back to those. Marshall Mandrell's watching, excuse me, from France as well. Greg J. Marshall. Dave Beresford, you sent me results. I will have a quick look now, Dave. Give me a second. I may have missed them in all of the commotion of today. 1 second, Dave. I don't want to miss you out because results season is coming to a close. While I'm looking for Dave Beresford's results, I hope everybody liked the live yesterday. Dave, I can't see the results, mate. We just private message me them now. I've got my window open and I'll give you a shout. If you can just get them over to me. I'm sorry if I missed them, mate, but just get them over to me and I'll do it now. I hope everybody enjoyed we had thousands of people watching from Mark Walker's. We had hundreds of comments, thousands of people watching it. But I'm ashamed. I'm sorry to say that unfortunately that video is no longer on Facebook. Dave has very swiftly sent me the results, so I am going to swiftly show those now. And we have to see them as well because what can't speak don't lie. So give me a second. I'm going to give a special belated results shout out to Dave Beresford. So congratulations to Mr. Liam Rafferty coming in first, second. Brian O'Regan third. Liam Rafferty coming in at fourth. Brian O'Regan taking fifth and sixth again. And then Mr. Dave Beresford taking seventh, eighth, and ninth at the Dodds Valley RPC. Welcome to you, Dave. I apologize I missed that, mate. Mayhem over here, and my apologies for missing that. But you got your shout out, mate. So again, what was I saying? Yeah, so we did the open day yesterday at Mark Walker's event. It was a great day. Lots and lots of people there. Really good. And Zandy said to me, Zandy came with me yesterday and said how much he enjoyed it. And some great birds there and lots of people there. And we had thousands of people watch it. We had, the last time when I was able to look, we were approaching 5,000 people that had watched it and hundreds of comments. But you won't be able to find that live on Facebook because some kind, nice, idiotic person reported the Facebook live video and it's been removed. Have no fear. The video, for those that you, everything gets recorded and it will be available online shortly for people to go and watch again if they want it. And you will be able to see the winner being drawn. And of the raffle we had, you'll be able to see the winner being drawn by, I think, one of the most respected people in the sport, Mr. Mark Gilbert, who put his hand into this bag, of which, well, there are now 49 tickets, but there was 50 tickets, took from this brand new ticket book, of which there are 50 tickets missing. Obviously, we're not doing it as this was an online thing, so we don't need to use two lots of tickets. There was 50 tickets took, 50 tickets expertly folded by my son Zandy on Saturday night. And it was requested that Mark Gilbert, because he was there, do the prize draw. And that's what happened. And he picked it out. I don't quite know why my video stopped working. Pleasant greatness. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it? One second, guys. I will be there shortly. So my camera's now stopped working. Great. Years. Search the camera, see if that works. Okay, that works. How great. So I will come back on another camera. So you really don't want to see that washing up there, do you? Unbelievable. So, as I was saying, some nice person reported that video. Don't know why. And said person went on to go and report last week's RPI TV show that I did, which was probably one of my best shows, if I do say so myself. And it was deleted. And it was I'm having a great day, Stephen. It was probably my best show because it was the one where Gary Tomlinson came on and answered a load of great questions. And for some reason, and if you remember, I had real technical problems then because I had to start the whole thing again live. So both of those videos were removed. That's what really gets me, folks, because absolutely nothing was wrong with those videos. But yes. And then just to give you the idea of the level of my video started working on that one there. Just to give you the idea of the level of rubbish that I've been facing today. The post about me saying, and admittedly I did use a swear word in it, which I shouldn't have done. I apologize, but I just get so mad with it. The post me saying about the post being removed was also removed. And apologies for people that didn't see the videos yesterday. As again, it's no, I don't like it because it gets rid of that social feeling, all the thousands of people that have already watched it and commented and asked questions, and all of the questions we had last week to Gary, all those questions have been removed and they're not documented anymore. Actual video itself, that's safe and fine. And all of those videos, as we speak, are being uploaded to YouTube and racingpigeoninternational.com. So yeah, thank you to the person that the person or persons that's been reporting that. In addition, thank you to Mr. Jason Doyle over in Dundalk in Ireland, who isn't intelligent enough to think for himself and only reads what he reads online, namely Google, and felt it appropriate to post into a group about my past, which I've actually twice acknowledged and talked about, and started to libel me, and then didn't even have the balls to admit what he'd done and apologize to the group owner, who wasn't me, it was actually Gary Tomlinson, and apologize, saying, "Sorry, Gary, I didn't realize I'd posted it in your group. I'll remove it now." I have full copy of everything that was posted. And he even insinuated, so some of you might be sitting there thinking, why is Mark showing us a bag of lottery tickets that I did a few minutes earlier? The reason I did that is because he was insinuating that the prize draw that we did yesterday live with Mark Gilbert picking out the numbers live was a fix. Yes, folks, this is the level of intelligence that we are dealing with. What can you do? You can't teach stupid. So to Mr. Jason Doyle out there, who seems appropriate to be saying this stuff without actually speaking to me. And to my knowledge, I've never actually spoken to the geezer. You keep going, mate. Keep going. But get your facts right before you do. But you keep going, because what all these people fail to realize, and let me tell you now, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying, despite what people may think, I have never reported a post on Facebook ever. I have reported adverts, nothing to do with pigeons, that are out and out scam adverts that occasionally get past Facebook and you see. Never reported a post, pigeon related or otherwise. I never will, despite what those people think. Whatever, they can think that. But I hope he doesn't mind me saying, but I actually I had a phone call from Les Carter, I think it was on Friday or Saturday, when he'd got a day's ban and his charity adverts had been pulled and he got a 24-hour ban off Facebook. And Les Carter called me. Now, in theory, Les and I are in competition together because he's setting up an auction business. I am as well. I've said before, I don't believe in this idea of competition. There's enough to go around everywhere, and I will help out anybody. And I was trying to, Les called me to get any input I'd got. I gave him my thoughts. I thought it was very targeted. And I knew this stuff would be coming. I knew I would be the target. Because people are jealous. People are jealous about what I've achieved in the last 6 months. They're jealous of the friends that I have within the sport and the community. And they're jealous of whatever they think it is that I've created. But these are the very same people that will never get off their back for anything. They will just prefer to go to the pub every night or sit and watch TV and not work till 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning creating something like I'm doing. They're the very same people that will moan about whatever they moan about and have that jealous little vicious streak in them. But what these same people don't realize is that every time this happens, like I posted earlier, I have been through so much in my life, so much rubbish. Without swearing, I've been through a lot of rubbish in my life. And there's not a lot I haven't experienced. And as a result of that, I am one of the most resilient, never give up types of guys you will ever meet. I spoke on a video 2 weeks ago about I ended up in prison for 2 years for growing marijuana. I spoke about being bankrupt twice, divorced, my wife leaving me with my kids. I've spoke about all that. I've spoke about mental health and depression, and I'm still here, and I'm still fighting, and I still won't give up until I get where I want to get to, not just within pigeons, but within life. I have a vision for what I want to create for this pigeon sport. No one, no person, no group, nothing will stop me doing that. So what these people fail to realize is, despite being a little bit disorganized for tonight's show because of all of this stuff I've been dealing with, and again, it's stuff I'm dealing with that I kick myself, because that's what I do regret. I kick myself because it's actually stopped me working on the auction site, working on proactive stuff that I should be doing, and I'm way behind on my to-do list today. But apart from that, what these people don't realize is this: you'll never meet more of a resilient person. If you're watching this, the likes of Mr. Jason Doyle and whoever else, you'll never meet more of a resilient person. You can't bully me. I'm impossible to be bullied. I have some incredibly great friends, well-known friends back. And every time somebody does something against me, it just makes me work harder and be more resilient. And it makes me more motivated than ever to get and to achieve what I want to achieve in life and within sport. Is it? And as John O'Brien's just said on a comment, a lot of these keyboard warriors would never say anything to your face. In fact, Mr. Jason Doyle, I've messaged him today asking what his problem is with me. He hasn't responded, because these are the level of people you're dealing with. So let me say, for the record, keep going. Do whatever you're doing, because you know what? I will adapt. I will diversify, and I will keep going until my vision of what Racing Pigeon International and my spot, my little section of what I'm planning to do to help revolutionize, change, and bring this sport, drag it from 50 years ago. Small-minded little people, and they are the minority. That's the great thing about this. The amount of support, anytime anything happens and people having a little go at me or whatever, like today, that's a pretty big go at me. And I don't like it for the two reasons. It's not actually me I don't like it for. I don't like it that my coverage of Mark Walker's event yesterday has been took down off Facebook. I don't like it that probably the best RPI TV show I've ever done to date was took down last Monday with Gary Tomlinson in it. They're the people I don't like it for. And like I said in one of my posts that got removed earlier, you people that are doing this are the very reason this sport is on its knees in the UK and Ireland. Yes, you get jealousy everywhere in the world, in every sport and every walk of life, but there's a special kind of jealousy within the little cretins within this sport. And that's what they are. They're cretins. They're little cretinous keyboard warriors, most of whom would never do or say anything to your face. So keep going, because it just motivates me more. And as a result of what's happened today, I am already working on plans to diversify. I have never liked the reliance upon one platform. Never. In my other business, I don't do it. I don't rely on one platform, and I don't like relying on Facebook as a platform. And as a result, guess what you guys have done? You just made me reprioritize my focus on YouTube. I'm not coming off Facebook Live. As long as I can keep still broadcasting on Facebook Live, I will be doing. But what I will be doing is I will simultaneously be broadcasting on YouTube. And I will be getting as many of you 54 people, and it was as much as 70 people watching this show, who most people like watching. I will get as many of you over the coming months to be watching it on YouTube. It will be simultaneously broadcast on YouTube from next week's show onwards. Be simultaneously broadcast from both channels. That's it. So keep going with your sorry, sad little lives. Have a good, long, hard look about just how cretinous, weak-minded, silly little people who help drag this sport down into the gutters, which it needs to get out of. Because you know what? All of us positive people, all of us really nice people, 95% of the people I've met have been nice so far. They're the people I'm interested in. They're the people that I'm going to keep working with. They're the people that know I have a past. I've publicly talked about my past. I have no moral issue with my past at all. I have never done to rip anything to rip anybody off in my life before. I've had businesses that have failed, and that's the most. So crack on. Keep going, because it just motivates me more. And have the balls to contact me and tell me exactly what your problem is. Thank you for my little, for enduring that little statement, but I felt it was needed. Because it's not just hurting me, like I said, it hurts other people who I'm actually working with, helping to promote. So there we go. Moving on. Positive next stuff. So I've already talked about changes to the RPI schedule. Like I said, 8 o'clock Monday evenings, it is the new slot. This will be the slot whenever I can't do it. Like at the end of the month, I can't do the show. We will have guest hosts. Aaron Ennis will be the guest host for the Monday, the last Monday of the month show. And yeah, the last Monday of the month show that I can't do. And we will have guest hosts. Ultimately, I might be traveling a bit. I might be doing stuff normally related to pigeons these days. And we will have guest hosts on. So it'll be 8 o'clock. And it will be simultaneously over a period of time broadcast on YouTube, because that's what needs to happen. The next thing to talk about, I've already told you, YouTube. I'm ahead of myself. Right. Next thing is this. We need your help. I talked about the European Eagle Owl project last week. We are planning a charity sale, a charity auction for the European Eagle Owl project. I will come back to all of your comments, of which there's lots of, in a minute. I just want to get this stuff addressed, and then I'll come back to all of your comments, folks. We are looking for top quality birds for the European Eagle Owl project. European Eagle Owl project I've already talked about in the past. You know the strategy. It's not a strategy just to go and release loads of European Eagle Owls out into the wild. That is not the strategy. That is illegal. We are not doing it, despite what Google says about me. I'm a law-abiding citizen. And apart from one little thing, I have been for the last 13 years. The strategy is very simple. We start a pilot breeding program. We offer the ability, with the help of some experts who know about these animals. Relatively speaking, they are easy to look after. They will cost between £3 and £6, depending on where you get your food from. They will cost between £3 and £6 a month to feed. The strategy phase 1 is this: create a breeding program around the country, UK and Ireland, to allow people to be able to keep these birds and legally fly these birds out themselves, or keep them in open top aviaries to deter other birds of prey from their immediate area. The visual, obviously falcons and hawks have a massive visual span, and the visual of one of these birds in your in the area to curtail birds of prey coming within that immediate area. Plus the noise they make does the same. That's the first element. The second element, and I will be doing the second element, is I will have one of these and I will actively fly this bird because I think they're amazing animals. They're between 4 and 6 foot wingspans. They're not a massive bird. They're quite a light bird, but they are magnificent creatures. And I will be actively getting one to fly out myself here. And through the Pigeon Sport Future Foundation, we will be rolling out the breeding program. I spoke to Ian Evans last week. He had initial concerns about what we were doing, but now he understands the legitimate plan we are doing. He's a lot more okay about it. Incidentally, speaking of him, the man should not get such a hard time. You won't get any more top of the RPRA, more proactive trying to do what he can. As we talked about in the past, he is blocked by the top. Needs to change. One man, one vote. Needs to change in the RPRA. Until that happens, nothing will ever happen of any great distinction within the RPRA. But I'm telling you now, after meeting him last weekend, you won't get a better man. You will not get a better man to try and run the RPRA and to push things through. But while we've got that governance structure at the top, it's not going to happen. Back to the European Eagle Owl project. So the plan is to have people flying them out and keeping them in their own gardens. You don't have to fly them out. The presence of the eagle owl itself could help. So the plan is to be able to get people keeping them, and we're going to start a breeding program to breed them. We have experts on board that are going to help us out with every element of it, and we're going to create a situation, a starter pack and a support system where people can start keeping the birds that have never kept birds of prey before. I've never done, but I will be doing. They're a relatively easy bird of prey to keep. They need frozen day-old chicks to live, between £3 and £6 a month, depending on where you get that supply from. So that's phase 1. Phase 2, then, with the help of some legal representation that the PSFF have been promised help from for free, we will then, over a long period of time, start the process of getting these birds to be legally reintroduced back into the UK and Ireland, long term. But it needs an organization with the PSFF, something like that, to be done. So to clarify, this is nothing to do with the RPRA. This is the independent PSFF, the Pigeon Sport Future Foundation that I created, and other people will be becoming members of. It's a completely non-profit organization, and the European Eagle Owl Project is one of the projects that's going to be doing with the PSFF. Other PSFF projects will be helping young people and new people to start, disadvantaged people people perhaps with learning disabilities, and use the power of this great hobby that most of us love and want to see continue. That's one of the things we're doing. The Stray Network. There's a group of people out there in the UK and Ireland that do an amazing job without any recognition, that relocate strays. And before anybody tells me that strays are no good once they've been lost, Frank Cullen over in Ireland would beg to disagree, because he has stats and figures showing you different. One of the strays that he rehomed, the guy took it back in 3 weeks later, won a national race with over 15,000 birds in it. So the Strays Network is going to be set up to help progress that. One guy that's involved has had over 90, is brought in over 90 strays in the last week alone, and has personally single-handedly helped get those back to their owners. And I've been talking about mental health this week. It's a passionate thing of mine as a sufferer in the past of it. And by the way, I'm not suffering from depression at the moment. I believe the pigeon sport and different types of pigeons, rollers, tumblers, tipplers, and racers, have the ability to help people with mental health. I am looking forward to moving house and being able to start keeping birds and sit in my loft, because that will be my away time from these computer screens and from everything online. And that will be another little project we're going to be running out to help people like that. Now, the PSFF itself is going to need donations. It's going to need funding to continue, and not to continue, it's started, but to grow. And each of those projects, people can directly fund. So if you're passionate about one of those, let's talk about the European Eagle Owl project, because it's the first project we are running. You can directly put money into the European Eagle Owl project without funding the PSFF as total and any of the other ones. You can fund the PSFF for everything it's doing, or you can choose to fund. We have separate bank accounts set up to fund each individual project. So the PSFF is going to be doing the European Eagle Owl charity auction on RPI auctions, completely free of charge. And we are going to be looking to put an auction together in November, to be it's finished. My personal goal, nothing to do with Johnny McWhirter has not said this, but my personal goal for this is to raise £10,000. I think roughly £10,000 will be able to get about 50 people starting with this project. That's the goal. So, call to action. If you've got good birds, or you know people that got good birds and they would be prepared to donate one or two to this European Eagle Owl project charity auction, let me know, please. Private message me, put a reply. We are getting going with this. Thank you for on that. And with regards to PSFF in general, this is the platform we will use to bring the sport forward. And I also said, over a long period of time, once things are proper and running, I will be looking at putting some profits from my endeavors into it as well. And as I've also said in the past, I've been saying it for a couple of months, but I will say it again. Any charity auction for any cause, legitimate cause, can come and do an auction on RPI auctions for zero cost. Zero commission. RPI auctions will do any charity sale completely free of charge. So if you've got a charity yourself that you're passionate about, let me know. We will help you get set up and use the platform. Right, let's catch up with some comments first before I crack on with other stuff. Please keep a lookout for those birds, guys, and spread the word on it. I'm going to be doing a post about the stolen birds later on. I hate to see people having birds stolen. Doesn't matter who they are. I hate to see it. And it seems to be getting more common. Maybe that's an indication of something, but it seems to be getting more common, and I hate it. We need to up our game. I'm going to actually do a report about low-cost security measures. People do geek and I'm a this and a that. I'm going to do a report for Racing Pigeon International about some low-cost security stuff that people can do to help protect their lofts. So, let's see who's on. Jeffrey McMullen, how you doing, mate? John O'Brien's on. Stephen Kennedy, it was my pleasure to help you out. Anytime, anybody that I'm connected with, I will always help people out, whatever I can do. Liam Rafferty's 16th win of this year, Dave Rare says, wow. Amazing. Amazing. Tom Swift's in. I had a call with Tom Swift earlier. Good man. John O'Brien, yes, Andy's getting involved, mate. He can't wait to start racing next year. John O'Brien, the joys of technology indeed. I was having a great day, Steve. I'm all right now, mate. I'm all right. I'm happy, smiling. Who does the ironing? Not me, unfortunately. I can iron, but yeah, sad person, Stephen. I agree, John Berry. They should. And the post I made that was removed, that it's weird on that, not wanting to go all over it again, but I never got any notification for the Facebook Live being removed, but I did for the post, and I appealed it, and it got denied. Yeah, Stephen Kennedy, we are going to be doing more of those videos. I promise we will be doing more of them. I'm glad you like them, Stephen. Dave Beresford, a friend of yours, had the same experience last week. Facebook removed his post and appealed, and they apologized for taking the post down. That's interesting that they actually did apologize. Yeah, Stephen O'Brien, sorry, mate, the audio was weird earlier on, but it should all be good now. Idiot indeed, stop Baron joke. I agree, John O'Brien, no balls indeed. They are the reason, Alan, that the sport is struggling, or a big one of them. They're part of them anyway. Andy Pereira, you made a massive impact on sport in such a short space of time. Many of forms of suffering, very much like you thrive on negativity. I am very much like you. I thrive on negativity from others. Oh, mate, bring it on. That's what I say. Bring it on. Thank you very much for liking what I said, Dragonfly Lofts. Scott Barron, the same to you. Thank you, Stuart Reed. Yeah, YouTube's the way. It's all going to be syndicated on YouTube live, and I'm going to be looking to move to it. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't featuring the sale of birds. I mean, I featured the raffle draw, but yeah. But you know what, Stephen? All right for that yesterday, maybe, right? But zero reason for my lives to get removed from this time last week, the shows on there, because zero reason. Yeah, John, I might get Aaron on to start with it. He's good though. He knows what he's doing. Anthony Bracken says, shout out to Mort Walker for the shipping of his raffle bird. Yep, no worries. Gary's on. Gary Tomlinson on. How are you, mate? Jeffrey McMullen says he reported a stray this year. 11th Open in the Nipper. Wow, 2 weeks later. Amazing. Wow, Jason Bateman's on. How are you doing, Jason? Dave Horwood is on. Thank you very much, mate. So that's the catch up on that. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is racingpigeonnetwork.com. Right. When I first started Racing Pigeon, at the same time I started racingpigeonnetwork.com. The idea was for two reasons. One, because Facebook is banned in certain countries. China, being the biggest pigeon flying country in the world, cannot access Facebook, which I've said publicly before. The second reason is because as a marketing guy and a business guy, I'm not particularly a fan of building a community on a platform you don't own. And all the more reason that now, as a result of today and all of these other things that people have had, and like I've said before, or may have said before publicly, I don't believe in this anti-competition idea. I think I tried, although when it went down like a fart in a lift, I tried to suggest that all group admins should work together and we should have a centralized area to compare notes, and people didn't go down very well, but whatever. I think maybe people think I've got an ulterior motive, but whatever people want to think. And I tried, I was trying to get Racing Pigeon Network up and running technically, because essentially it's create a Facebook for the pigeon sport, solely for the pigeon sport. And after about $2,500 of cost and about 3 months of messing around, as I did say on a video a couple of weeks, platform's just not cutting it. It's just not cutting it. And if I'm honest, with everything else I've been doing, it's kind of been put down the bottom of the list to get doing when possible. But actually now it's been put back up to towards the top of the list, because it strengthens what we need to do. We need to be independent of a platform. Now, the harsh reality is there are thousands, tens upon thousands of people on Facebook in the pigeon game. But long term, it's anything can happen. Anything can happen. Reportedly, PETA are a shareholder of Facebook now. Doesn't bode well for the pigeon sport, which PETA have been against for years. So the Racing Pigeon Network is getting redone. Now, here's the reality. I launched Racing Pigeon International Facebook group. It'll be 5 weeks on Thursday. We're about to hit 2,800 members. A lot of members in a short space of time. I never really pushed Racing Pigeon Network that much because it wasn't ready that I want in the place where I wanted it to be. It wasn't working right as I wanted it to. But the time it was available, I was doing anything with it. About 250 members joined. So I realize everybody spends their time on Facebook, really. Anybody that's online spends their time, that's involved in pigeons, spends their time on Facebook. So ultimately, it's a harder sell. It's a harder slog to get people, because the harsh reality is people don't spend time on forums, pigeon forums like they used to, because it's all on Facebook. But over a period of time, that has to change. We have to put the effort in, although it might be a slower growth process. We have to stick with the plan, and that's what I'm doing. So I've been speaking to a few people about, and one of them's a pigeon flyer, actually, that's going to help me with some of the technicals. We're going to redo the entire system, forget the $2,500 that it costs to do so far, and go with something else. And we're going to get that sorted out. So it will be like Facebook is, but just dedicated to racing pigeons and pigeons. And although it's Racing Pigeon Network, I want the tumbler, roller, tippler guys in there as well, because they're very welcome. And that's what we're going to do now. Practically, yeah, it's not Facebook. It's not as easy to access, and you've got all your friends on there at the moment. But we will have a mobile app for it. We will develop a mobile app, so you can literally click the app about with web pages on your phone or on your computer. There'll be an app. And it will very much function like Facebook. There'll be news feeds, friends, all of that stuff. That's what we're working. So that's the plan with Racing Pigeon Network. Next is about getting involved with RPI generally. We're doing a lot of things. Got the auctions, got the ads. got the PSFF, which is not directly part of RPI, but I'm involved in it. We've got the merchandise coming, all this stuff. And I explained already the commercial plans I have, but there's a lot of stuff I'm doing that are not commercially related. And no man is an island, and no man can do it on their own. So if you don't mind picking up a few haters on the way because you're a supporter of mine and you're working with me, and thank you to all of the people that are a supporter and actively help me promoting what we're trying to do here, because those people have picked up a few haters and trolls. Trust me. If you don't mind that and you fancy getting involved with RPI and me and pushing this vision and resolution forward and getting involved in trying to do something like we've been doing for the last 6 months, then let me know, because I need all kinds of help coming forward. Like I've said before, I'm a catalyst for getting things started and done, but I need help from people to be able to help. So if you've got time available, or you've got a specific skill, or you like the idea of one of the things that we're doing, then let me know, because I would love to have you involved. At the moment, it's not a financially compensation-based thing, but as RPI grows and becomes a commercial viability, there will be opportunities for people to work with us on more of a normal basis. But if you're interested in getting involved, let me know. I would love to hear from you. Let's see what Jason Bateman says. Your bird's done well today, Morris. Well done to you, Morris. Yes, 50. Let's count 51 home from an original entry of 60. Well done to you, Morris. So I'm going to be down in the Algarve the last weekend of the month, which I'm looking forward to. Can't wait. Bit of sun. Meet a few people that I like. Meet a few people that don't like me. Cover both races down there. I'm looking forward to it. And my diary's getting full. I'm going into Romania in mid-October as well. And although it's a trip to see my girlfriend's family, I will be pulling in some pigeon stuff as well, which I'm looking forward to. I tell you, they are a mad growing pigeon fraternity over there. Poland and Romania, mad growing. It's massive over there. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on over there. It's going to be a good trip. Guest wise, I'm working on more guests for the show. Like I said to you, Gary Tomlinson will be a regular feature on the show. At least once a month he will be on, sharing his knowledge. Out of all of the shows I've done, that's the show that went down the best. People love that. People are actually taking notes. Gary got bombarded on Messenger and text and phone calls. People loved it, and that's what we're looking to do. And we're looking to do more of it. So if you know other people that would like to come on, or you're watching this yourself and you'd like to come on and share your knowledge or experience or ideas, let me know. And if you know of other people the same, please do so and tell them about it and see if we can get them involved. But I'm looking to get more guests on this show as we progress. And I'm looking to expand the show more to where, yes, it's on Facebook Live at the moment, but I'm looking to where we do actually have it more like a TV show developed over a period of time. What else is there to tell you? So that's about it. The videos that have been removed by Facebook will be on Racing Pigeon International, and I will let people know when they are. I definitely want to get the show from last week back up with Gary, because there was a lot of very good information in there, and I'll make sure people know where that is on racingpigeoninternational.com. And the video as we speak of yesterday, for anybody that wants to watch it, and a short interview with Mark Gilbert as well about what he's doing with sprint pigeons as well, is part of that video as well. And that's well worth watching just on its own. He was, again, it was a short interview, but he said what he was doing with sprint birds and his thoughts on that, and that was worth watching as well. Ian Snake says, get John Crean. His knowledge is amazing. Yeah, I'm very aware, and I will try my best to do so. I've got a list of people, but we'll see if we can get them. But let me know more on them. If you haven't yet joined our RPI group and you are a good, well-intentioned person, please, this scrolling link, facebook.com/groups/Racing Pigeon International, please go and join. You are very much welcome. If you are a nice person and not an idiot, go and join. We're just about to hit 2,800 people, and you'll be most welcome. As a reminder, it's the Who Dares Wins auction starting on the 26th of September. I'm not going to give any links about it now because I would not want anybody to report me for promoting a sale, of course. That wouldn't be very good, would it? But we do have that coming up soon, and I'm sure you can find out information about where that is. Yeah, he said he's been sprinting up to 150 miles, Jason. That's right. And I asked Mark about what he thought the maximum distance for those specific birds are, and he said about 210 as well, 210 miles. So, yeah, but it was well worth watching, and it will be back up online very shortly. The video is uploading as we speak. So that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Genuinely, most people that watch this enjoy watching it. Maybe there's a few that don't know why you would watch it, would if you didn't. And as I said, we've got lots going on, lots in the works. I really want to take RPI TV and up the game with it. We do actually have plans. I'm talking to somebody about at the moment about this show being on Amazon Prime. So got some big plans to get this out there to more people. But I genuinely thank you for watching. We've had a nice 50, 60 people watching, which considering the time change is a good thing. It's a nice amount of people. If you haven't yet done so, please go and check out my timeline. In fact, you know what? I don't see why anybody could have a problem with this. I am going to post the link. Please, if you would, help me out. I need to get 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel to finish customizing it and stuff as I want. It's one of those things. If you would do me the favor of subscribing to the YouTube channel, I've just put the link in the comments here. If you would subscribe to that, as I said, I am going to be simulcasting everything on YouTube. All of the videos that I've done, I'll be honest with you, I should have done it months ago, but I haven't because time. But all of the RPI TV shows, all of the interviews, all of the lives, I'm going to be putting up there. That's going to happen over the next week. But if you would subscribe to the YouTube channel for me, I would greatly appreciate it because it allows me, once I've got 100 people, to do it. And as I said, I want as many people subscribing for more things with YouTube as well. Anyway, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. I'm going to go and have something to eat, and I'm probably going to have a beer, which is not like me, but I am because it's one of those days. Thanks for watching. Be lucky. Have a good rest of your evening. And if I do owe you messages of any kind, I will catch up later on with them. Yeah, so keep flying. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.